Hello everybody, Joe Grisafi here, and FedEx just dropped off these 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3, all from Topps, and it's all going to be Project 70, which is well underway. I think cards up to 82 are available right now. Today is Saturday, March 27th, and it is 2:35 p.m. FedEx literally was here just 10 minutes ago. Let's jump right in and see if I got any foils. I've only received 1 foil so far, and it was unfortunately the one time I did not make a video, so I didn't get to show you my excitement when I got it. It was a Ken Griffey Jr. number 12 by the Shoe Surgeon. I think the eBay price that it's actually getting right now is about 350 bucks. So that was very exciting, and I'm thinking about selling it and buying some older cards that are, I think have actual value. Just because these foil cards, who knows what the future holds for them. They're hyped up right now, but will they be good in the long run? Versus Hall of Famers that will hold their value. Okay, looks like no foil here. Usually it's either circled, the quantity is circled, or there's a note here under frame. So this does not have a foil in it. And I only bought this one for the Satch card. Let's take a look at it. But these are, I think these are all still the first cards from these artists. So that's one of my first goal was to get all the first cards from each artist and then decide who I like. CC Sabathia. See, to be honest with you, I don't even know who this is. I've been so out of touch with professional baseball. I'm learning, past 2 years, I've been learning more and more who's hot, who the players are now. This is Mr. Cartoon. Is it? Yes. A legendary tattoo and graffiti artist, Mr. Cartoon, who I will probably not be buying any more cards of, unless it's a player that I really like. If you haven't seen my other videos before, look at the counterfeit proofing Topps did. They got the watermark on the back, which I think was really smart and actually really nice. This is card number 52 for Project 70. Put that away. See, this is a good looking card, nice and colorful. It is by Brittany Palmer. This Project 70 has some female artists, which is really great to include them. I don't recall if any of the artists from Project 2020 were female, but I don't think there were. The only issue I have with this, and I probably will not be buying any more of hers, is that it looks like other artists from the group. You erase the face and it could be a Fucci, you know? And this is card number 54. But I am glad the ladies are included this time. It is well deserved, and there are some outstanding artists among them. All right, this is only a 3-card purchase. 3-card order. So this is the Satch, which is really the only card I wanted out of it. So if I do break up my set of first cards, this one will not be sold. Okay, interesting. If I recall, on the website, it looked like a full bleed image. This is not. This is an image of the card encased in plastic. I do like it when they add price tags and stickers and stuff like that. I believe this is his SKE Skis second card. I think the first one was Babe Ruth, and if you scan the QR code there, it either gives you music or a background of the card. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon. Maybe I'll do that right now. Let's see. Got my phone handy. Let me get in there and pull up the QR. Let me see if I can do QR. QR code scanner. Let's see what happens. Barcode scanner. Gives me an ad for Jordans. Okay, took me to DJ Skis. Curated playlist for this card. Listen on Spotify. I don't think I have Spotify on my phone.
The following is a DJ Ski presentation.
We've made it to the second card in Topps Project70 in my DJ Ski Collector's Edition. Rocking with you today, we have none other than Satchel Page, inspired by Nas. I've got so much excitement for this card for so many reasons. So the backstory on why I chose to do, first up, let's talk about Satchel Page. The greatest pitcher of all time without question in my mind.
Okay, there you go. You can do the rest yourself if you have the card. I don't know why people are making a big hype deal out of the QR code. That is really no big deal. I've done that on my own projects, put the QR code on postcards to show trailers, lead them to trailers for my films. It's nice that it's nice that he's doing it. We get a little background of the card, but it's not hard to do. I guess that's my point. They all could be doing that. So that was my first box. Let's open the second box. It's a little heavier. And we're 7 minutes in. Thank you guys for sticking with me here and listening to me talk. Okay, much bigger order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So it looks like it's a 3-pack. And a 5-pack. So I'm looking at 3 different cards here. 1 of one, 1 of another, and 6 of one other. Would it be Craig Biggio possibly? Oh no, it's much more than that. Got 7, and then a second page with 1. I got another Satchel Page there. So looks like no foil here and only 2 doubles. Ernie Banks, got 2 Ernie Banks, and then the extra Satchel Page. So let's take a look. May not open all of these. There's the Ernie Banks. I really like that card. And I'm going to get at least one of each of these truly legendary players. And this was by Quicks, Q-U-I-C-C-S. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. That's a good looking card. So there's going to be 2 of these in there. And in case I don't open all of them, since we know there's not a foil, let me run through the list here with you. So we got Satchel, we got the, what I think is a terrible Don Mattingly by Action Johnson, I think his name is. There's a Jose Canseco, I think that's Matt Taylor. Then we got the 2 Ernie Banks by Kicks. And Akira Suzuki, Stan Musial. Oh, let's find the Stan Musial. And then the Tony Gwynn that looks like a patch. I do not believe I will be buying any more of the patch-looking cards. That, I'm just not sold on that. Let's see which one we got here. The other Ernie Banks. Okay, put that aside. There's the Stan Musial. It's fairly well centered card. Forgive my glare if I turn it too far. And this is by Toy Tokyo. Established in 2000 in New York City, Toy Tokyo is a trendsetter for what is hot in the toy and art world. I don't know if that's a person or a group or a toy company. But that's a nice looking card. That's nice. I like when they use the original images too. All right, let's probably going to skip to the big box after this one. I could do these live. Yeah, see, I do not like this. It was the first card by this group or person. It's Mims Bands. So this is an ad, basically. I wonder if you can actually buy that patch. It's Tony Gwynn. Looks like a patch. A threaded, a sewn patch. Now, did he actually draw it to make it look like a patch, or did he actually make a patch? Because you could send an illustration off to many companies and they'll send you back. They'll make a patch out of it. So did he illustrate it? That's a good question. Did he illustrate this and then send it off to have a patch made and then photograph the patch? Or did he do something else? Is he super skilled and can make it look like a patch? By the way, this is card number 51. 51. Jose Canseco, nothing special. But it was the first one for, I believe it's Matt Taylor, am I right? Yes, Matt Taylor, who was part of Project 2020. Was his first card for Project 70. I would let this go. If this somehow goes up in price, I would be happy to let this go. I don't think I'm going to keep everything I bought so far. I only bought one of these. When I get to 100, I will decide. I've ordered all the first cards from each artist, but now I'm just going to go for the first 100, and we're almost there. And then I'll decide what I'm going to keep. Then I'll be very picky as to what I buy after card number 100, because this is, even just getting the first 100 is very expensive. You know, looking at $15 a card, so I'm going to be in for $1,500. But I'll have many more cards. I'll have the option to finish sets and not have to go back. And there's the Satchel Page again. We'll move right along from that. I won't have to go back and chase down any cards if the values go way up, like the first few cards of Project 2020 did. That's not, I don't think that's going to happen with these. This Don Mattingly here is actually pretty terrible. Has a great 80s feel with the color and the way the piece photoshopped, but that's just not a good card. Not good at all. And that's artist Action Bronson. Didn't even put a real bio there. Born and raised in Queens, New York. Renaissance man. That's all he had to say. Case is scuffed. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. That's awful. Not quite as lazy as the Snoop Dogg one, or the Don C cards. Oh, and this is Chinatown Market, Akira Suzuki. I don't like this. This is not good. That is not good. In my opinion. Some people are going to love it. This is card number 49. And moving on to the next box. Get some of this out of the way. Okay, this box is even bigger than those two, so this is going to have more than what we just saw in the second box. So I'm not going to open all of these. That's a big order. I had a 10% off coupon for this one. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I got something. That is a Cal Ripken. Turn the page. Nothing. Another Jose Canseco. What did I do? Maybe I was looking for the low print run. Okay, there's some fun cards in here. So let's take a peek. There's a lot of doubles. I got another of the terrible Mattingly's. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was looking at possible low print runs. Anyway, I got something. Got another foil. Number 28 of 70 of that Cal Ripken. See, now I would be happy to sell these. The Yogi Berra. Okay, this is another one that people think is terrible. I kind of like the art. It looks like it. Talking about it without showing it to you. Okay. I'm going to pull it out of frame so I can look at it very carefully. It looks like a sculpture that was photographed. Clearly it's Yogi Berra's cartoon body with Yogi Berra's head on it. Pretty obvious choice, but if it's an actual sculpture that was photographed, that would be great. But looking closer, it doesn't look like it's an actual sculpture. This is Ron English. It'll be interesting to see what he does with his next one, if he stays in this style. But this is not a well-liked card in the group that I follow. But I will probably keep this one because Yogi Berra spent time coaching the Astros. So we got to go see him work. So I'm in for $1,500 so far, and the Griffey is worth $350, and the Cal Ripken is about the same. Then I'm doing okay. I could actually sell both of those and have half the cards basically free. Okay, Jackie Robinson. I am buying every Jackie Robinson project card that comes out. I did miss the first Naturel from Project 2020 because I didn't know what I was looking at when I saw it on the site. Regrets. That's the most expensive card out of that set, so I will not be finishing that set, but I will be buying all the Jackie Robinsons that Project70 offers. This is Futura. Card number 42. I don't know if I'm buying any more Futura cards because I'm not terribly impressed with this. And I just don't... The 87 top style, which this is mimicking, is one of the most produced years of cards. I have a ton of them. That was like when I was buying cards in the 80s. The most I bought were tops 87. Here's the other ugly Mattingly. Put that aside. I just don't think it's a classic look, in my opinion. Others it might be. Maybe it's because there's another Robinson. When I think of classic cards, I think of 70s, maybe early 80s, 60s, 50s. So I don't think anything 86, 87, 88 or so. There's another Canseco. That's ugly. I'll let that one go. I don't think mid to late 80s is classic, iconic at all. Excuse me. There it is. Ooh, nicely centered too. Very excited. I do not like the card, so I will have no attachment to this. I will let this one go once I figure out what it's actually going to go for and when I find something I want. So I have no attachment to this. The only Cal Ripken card that I want is that 82 traded. I have the 82 rookie stars, but I want that traded. But it's probably out of my price range now. Number 28 of 70. Right there. Can you see that? Is it too bright? Matt McCormick is a multimedia artist whose artwork assimilates a diversity of cultural influences culled from the American West into a vision that is dynamic as the topography itself. Foil number 2. I wonder what the print run is, because if the print run for the Cal Ripken is big, that makes this card even more special. If it's low, not quite so much. I think that's the way it works. There's only 70 of each one, and if there's 70 foils from a 10,000 print run, this is special. If it's 70 cards from a 3,000 card print run, not quite so much, but still cool to have. Still happy to have it. Happy to have it. Is there any reason to open the rest of these? What did we not look at? The Randy Johnson. Let's see if we can find that Randy Johnson. That was kind of cool. There it is. I like that style. So I may be, who is this? Brian Blue, self-taught artist raised in Dallas, Texas, now residing in Los Angeles. This will be interesting to see what he does. This could be a cool set. Even if I collect the full sets of the artists I like, that's still going to be very expensive. So I got to be very selective, very selective. I work in film and television in Texas, and I haven't really worked. I think I worked like 8 days in the past year. It was March 2020 when everything shut down. I had like 3 really big jobs lined up, and then everything shut down, and I've gone into debt, mostly with collectibles. Joshua Videz. I grew to not really care for his 2020 cards, but if he sticks with the black and white here, that's cool. And of course, the mantle, he's got the mantle coming out, which could be a very high print run. See, this is much better. This is a much better look than the 2020. I love the outline of the swing and the fade in the swing, whatever you call that, the trail of the swing. This is card number 41. Yeah, this is something I may consider getting all of Videz in this one, because this looks a lot like his. This is more reminiscent of the art that he's known for, that I became aware of because of Project 2020. Let's open a couple more. Who did I leave out here? We got the foil. We've seen Yogi. We've seen everybody. Ernie Banks, Jose Canseco. Let's open one more, because I think everything else is a repeat. Yep, there's Ernie Banks again. Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up, and I'm going to open these off camera, and if I miss something, I'll just tack it on to the end here. Okay, I'm back with a quick one. Here's a card that I forgot to notice on the invoice. And I think it's very lazy design. This is Don C. Deion Sanders. Don C. was pretty known for his lazy designs in Project 2020. This is card number 44. Just Don is what he goes by. Don C. Just Don. What I don't understand about this design is it didn't have to be terrible, and that's my opinion, but the original card, see where his shoulder is cut off and it's just straight? Why didn't he do a full bleed on that? Just take the image of Deion and just go all the way to the left, so it looked like it would have been fine. I forget what the meaning of the background is, that's taken from something else that some people recognized. Anyway, I thought this was a lazy design, and I only bought it because it was card number 1 of his in Project 70. I'm going to be very selective on what I buy from Don C. From this set, because his were maybe the most disappointing in Project 70. While I'm here, while I'm back, let me just open one more. There's a Thurman Munson again by Joshua Vitas. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm really leaving this time. Goodbye. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time. Please like and subscribe. I'm enjoying talking about this stuff. And even though I'm listening to myself, I don't even know what that means. This is good for me to talk, hear myself talk, and hopefully you're enjoying it too. I hope I have something to offer you. But check back, stay tuned, please subscribe, and if you care to, follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at Joe Grassafi. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Well, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old bar.